Hey everyone, it's Biscord, and today I wanted to talk about Twitter because apparently Twitter now has a new feature where you can dislike, or not really dislike, more like downvote tweets now. But as it stands, these are only available for Apple devices, so if you're an Android user, you don't have access to this new dislike or downvote feature. But also, apparently you can only use this on comment sections of certain tweets instead of the actual tweet itself. Reason why? I have no idea. I just wanted to talk about it because I find it very interesting, because I look forward to how it's going to actually function. And like, for example, will it function as a ratio, or will it just take like top comments and just shove them down like a regular downvote? Also, I kind of wanted to talk about it because I find it very funny that YouTube removed its dislike feature in order to try mimic applications like TikTok and Twitter that don't have a dislike feature. And then Twitter was like, oh yeah, we see how YouTube responds, or YouTube creators respond to the whole removal of dislikes, so let's add dislikes. So literally YouTube did something to copy Twitter, and then Twitter was like, let me switch up just for the sake of switching up, because why the fuck not? I just felt like doing that. So I really like it. It was shown to me by my friend, and she showed me this tweet, and it had the arrow, right? So every single time you click on the downvote option, it shows you an orange like downwards arrow instead of a blue one like Reddit does, which personally I'm gonna say that I was very disappointed when seeing that, because I expected to see something like blue, kind of to give me that Reddit vibe. But I guess it makes sense because it's Twitter. Twitter wants to do its own Twitter things. So again, I personally do not know to what extent does this downvote feature have, and more importantly, why does it exist? Because if you can only use it on comments in order to suppress certain comments, then why? What is the purpose of that? You can't ratio anybody, because apparently with this downvote feature, it doesn't even show you the amount of people who downvoted the tweet or the comment. So it's just there for the sake of being there. It's just there for you to downvote. It functions exactly the same as the dislike features on the YouTube comment section. Like, YouTube comment section gives you the ability to dislike comments, but nobody can see how many dislikes a certain comment has. It's just there for you to only dislike, which again, I'm wondering why, because at this point it feels like you're just basically just suppressing the comments. Let's say I'll make a tweet and then somebody tries to ratio me, and then everybody just downvotes that dude into oblivion. Then it's gonna be much harder to find that comments. Personally, I don't see a reason behind it. I don't really think Twitter needs any more features, to quite honestly, because okay, maybe that's just because I don't use Twitter myself, but I personally don't see Twitter needing way too many features, just because I don't think they're necessary. Quite honestly, I don't think that Twitter's pretty fine as is. I mean, it's a hellhole, of course. Fucking Twitter's Twitter, but in terms of its user interface, I think everything is perfectly fine as it is. I don't think it needs any improvements. Well, I think it could use some improvements, but like especially with its spaces. But in terms of just overall user interface, I don't think anything needs to be added on. I don't think anything really needs to be removed. But at the end of the day, why was this downvote added? That's my biggest question. Why was it added? Like, I'm trying to see the reason behind it, but it feels like it's just opening the floodgates to more ratios and more suppression. Because again, if somebody makes a comment that not a majority of people like, they'll just downvote it into the shadow realm. Speaking of which, again, reminder, I think this is only a demo for Apple devices, or maybe it's just completely out for Apple devices, but for Android devices it's not out yet. And when it does come out, honestly, I have no idea what you guys are gonna do with it. Just do whatever the fuck you want. I just wanted to talk about it because I find it very interesting that YouTube removed a dislike feature in order to copy Twitter, and then Twitter added a dislike feature after the creators complained that YouTube removed theirs. I don't know how to describe it. I wouldn't say it's poetic, but I find it very humorous. So I just wanted to talk about it, and I also kind of wanted to hit like the 5-minute mark. That's why I was rambling without a script. So yeah, anyways, like, comment, subscribe, dislike it if you dislike it. Be ever wonderful. This has been Biscord signing out. Bye.